That was Gangstar featuring Jadakiss with Right Where You Stand right here on 88.90 Night on WERS. 12 for 12's in the building. Say what's up, fellas.
Let me just say that Jadakiss' laugh is one of my favorite sounds of all time. So.
Yeah. If Blair had a soundboard, that would definitely be on it.
Yep. Most definitely.
That's the noise? That's you right there? Try that again? All right, yeah.
Clearly.
You need a little more work, but
Shout out Jeffrey Play.
I appreciate the
ambition. Throat's a little dry right now.
No, it's so cool. So you guys been doing a lot of 12 for 12 events at the Green Street Vault. How'd you guys work that out? Where'd that come from?
Green Street Vault, they've just... It's a perfect example of what this city needs more of, which is people supporting culture, people supporting positive movements. I linked up with them back when they started last summer, and I got to know Howard and Derek pretty well. And the first time we linked up for something officially was when we interviewed Dylan Cooper.
Okay.
When Ian and I did that, we spent a day with Dylan going around the city. That was when he dropped his first track. And we kind of did this Who is Dylan Cooper thing, and we used the Green Street Vault. Dylan sat on the truck. We interviewed. We made that part of it. So we kind of collaborated on that. And then from there, it was like they opened this shop, the Green Street Jungle, and they're just a company like Andy Malls that promotes good things happening in the city. So I think the first time, it was actually informal. It was like the beginning of May. We were like, we just need to get these guys together for the first time because we had met with them all individually. We're just like, we just need to get them chilling in the same room. So I asked Derek and I said, can we just come in the store and, an hour after you guys close, can we just come in and chill and network and have a cypher? Yeah, sure. So we did that and it was great. And they're like, anytime. We saw what this did for us as a company. Yep. We saw what this is doing for the city.
Yeah.
Our doors are open for you guys. And that's when we organized that official cypher a month later. But they've been so great, and we're sad to see that go, but I guess they got another spot opening up.
Yeah, they definitely do.
Incredibly generous. I mean, they know what they're doing. You put in positive energy, comes right back at you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I know they've seen that. So shout out to the Green Street Vault. Shout out to Animals.
That's
Kyoto
dope.
Jungle.
Kyoto. What you know about the Kyoto Jungle?
Y'all are ridiculous. Okay, so back to 12 for 12. Name all the artists, because some people might not know what this 12 for 12 thing is and what artists are associated with it. So who are all the artists associated with 12 for 12?
I usually wasn't able to remember all 12 off the top of my head, but now I just go through the cipher just because there's so many.
All right, so we're going to make it a little tougher then. Since you mastered that, we're going to take it one level up. Okay. We're going to name each artist and say what they bring to the table.
Okay. Yeah, it's easy. Okay. That's easy.
Oh, that's easy?
Yeah, let's go through. You want to, let's just start it.
Yeah, let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and start with Alaj.
Okay.
He's probably one of the most, they're all unique and they're all genuine, but it just seems like Alaj's words, when he hits, like he's one of the, he pronunciates incredibly. Everything just hits. And
say the word
sticks.
sincere all the time.
Yeah, he's really the most sincere. Like to describe him, sincere. Alaj is just like, when you meet him, he's quiet, but he's just definitely down to build. He listens. He's a quiet mover, but he's definitely moving.
Gotcha.
And he's incredible. So that's at Alaj Music, ALAGE Music. Yeah, we're doing the Twitter thing, of course.
You have to. Who's next?
All right, I'll start with that. Avenue, which is Avenue GF on Twitter. Av was, the way we found him, we had heard his name, but the way we found him was this like official, they call it the official Boston type from a couple years ago on YouTube. And he was the standout by far in it. And he brought something different. He's got a crazy flow. He's got kind of this street appeal. Didn't have a project out, so he was definitely raw. He was the one out of the 12 he was kind of like a risk almost in a way. We're like, we don't know what this kid's gonna provide, but he's dope and he really knows how to make great records.
He killed it. And sidebar, he did a 3-4 song just tribute to The Rock at his last concert where he just played none of his music, just tribute to The Rock, and it's like nobody does that.
No up and coming artists
completely paid homage and just everybody vibing. That was incredible.
That's dope.
I got to shout out Khalif, who I actually found out about him. He opened for Blue at the Middle East a while ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw
was at
him
that
open.
show too, right? Okay.
Yeah. And I thought he did a better job than the headliner. So. He put on a crazy performance, and he's always got punchlines for days. He's been rolling with the Good Karma movement, so he's a ridiculous rhymer.
Okay.
So shout out to him. He's at Kid Khalif on Twitter too, so hit him up.
Dope.
Go background. You want to talk about Dino?
Yeah, I'll talk about Dino. Right. Dino, again, was the first one I met. And Dino, it was like, I've never heard anyone around here spit that fast.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's nonstop too, because he's a big kid, and it's like, I don't know, sometimes you don't know if he's going to be able to get through this verse, but it's nonstop fire. And it's just, he's got the real deep tracks too. He's got a great story to tell, and every track he's ever put out, you feel it. And it's like, this kid's just so eager and so ready. He's so hungry for it. He's a hard worker.
Okay.
Dino the rapper.
At Dutch Rebel FN. I'm going to just sum it up with her line from the cypher where she says, I used to read the source one day hoping to be it. What is it? Yeah, I used to read the source one day hoping to be it. No, I'm not going to curse.
Like a hole.
And then it's, let's help me out.
I used to read the source one day hoping to be it.
And they listened to a couple tracks.
Yeah,
Now
and
they're
then
calling me that.
the she is it.
She is it. Yeah.
She doesn't say
She is
is, but she says the she is it. Now go to the cipher and listen to her verse and have your mind blown when you hear that. Okay, because Dutch Rebel is it. So that is what Dutch Rebel has.
We've seen Dutch perform like 7 or 8 times this year. Like she's everywhere, and like I never get sick of seeing her perform.
She's great.
She captivates the audience.
She's really great.
She's dope.
She's the most ridiculous live performer. She just brings so much energy to the stage.
Definitely. Shout out to Famous Nobodies, definitely.
Definitely.
That whole crew, that whole family, Roman Music, Reggie, everybody. Shout out.
Speaking of Roman Music, let me transition into Nat. Nat.
Bar gang.
I met Nat in like January. I remember after I was the Fresh Air, I got an article in the Globe in like the end of December. I remember Nat reaching out after that, and I get so many emails, and it's like so many of the same people saying the same things, and it's just ignorant stuff. And I remember Nat's email will always stand out to me because he was like, "Yo, Tim, I read your article. It's really dope what you're doing for this city. Congratulations on everything you've done. By the way, my name's Nat. Here's some of my music. Check it out." And immediately I'm like, "This is different. Let me check out this dude." And he was, he's crazy. He's got crazy music. He's got an incredible work ethic. The dude's music has improved so much since the first time I heard him, and it was still dope. But like, he's really got.
You see him progress.
Yeah, there's so much progression, and he's with Roman Music now. He's making a lot of big moves. You got your debut in the track, his first single off his upcoming project later on the show. So. He's a great dude. He's a great spitter, but he's a better person.
And he's everywhere. He really represents, Boston. Like he's a great Boston kid.
No, definitely. Stay tuned after this interview. Tim Larew will be introducing Nat's first single off his very first EP, 20-something. Go to work, right? Let's go to work. We're gonna get into that a little later.
We're halfway through.
We're gonna keep moving though. 12 for 12. Who's next?
We got next.
I'm gonna give a quick birthday shout out to Supa. Supa from Green Street. My man's enjoying his birthday right now.
I'm sure he is.
Yeah, he definitely is. So Supa just has this rapper persona where it's just like, before I met him, it was just like, this guy's got to be a rapper.
No,
like I was
funny.
connected to the circle, and I was like, this guy's got to be a rapper.
It's funny you say that. My very first interview at 88.9 was Green Street.
Yeah.
Wow. Very first. Right. So it's funny how that works out.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Cool.
And
guys.
I mean, they were actually my first interview with Boston artists, and I met A-Live and Supa, and it was just incredibly humbling to see, two cats just from Boston saying, "Hey man, we made it out of the city, we made it overseas, we're signed to an international label." So that was mind blowing. Supa's a man.
He is a man.
Yep.
That's at Supa Green Street. Sorry.
True.
You want to shout out CG right now? All right. Charmingly Ghetto. He just rocked the Brooklyn Hip Hop Festival after making it through a couple rounds of through the Brooklyn Bodega. Shout out to them. But he's just been one of the most incredible rhymers right now. He's killing it. So he has a tape with 2 other rhymers coming out on Wednesday called Suave House, and his work ethic is crazy. So,
and he knows who he is. That's one thing I've always said about CG. Like some guys are so directionless, and like he knows what he's aiming for, and he knows his path to get it.
Right, focus.
He's never trying to be someone he's not.
Right.
And I heard someone call him the Nas of Boston once. I'm like, I can't even argue with that.
He will be. If he's not now, he will be one day. People will recognize him as the crazy prophet that came out.
Tells a message. Yep.
Big D was another one of the first ones I met. D-Note introduced me to him. They're good friends. They've gone back a while. And Big D, I think if anybody has that like kind of instant blow up potential, it's Big D, because he's got the crew, the Chef Boys. They're all hard workers. They're just fun to be around. They're exactly who they portray in their music. They make great music. They make great pump up records. But D is also a great lyricist as well. yeah, he's a good kid. Again, he dropped a project called TOTB. This is only the beginning.
Right.
A couple months ago, and just about at 1,000 downloads. He's making some big moves, and he's actually got a video dropping tonight at midnight for Ball. We Go Hard. So keep that.
At MoPope77, Mo Pope. Everybody should know that name in the city. Mo Pope's been doing it for so many years. Like I got really put onto Mo Pope, and they put me onto some of his music that he was making outside of Boston when he was down in California, just rapping. And it's like, wow, this guy's been around forever. And being around him and just discovering his work ethic. One day he told me, he's like, I've always not wanted to be the rapper behind the microphone. I want to be the artist.
Yeah,
You know, that's why he has those live performances, and that foot pedal just blows my mind. It's so different, it's so incredible, and it works so well for him. So Mo Pope definitely brings something funky to the table.
Yeah, he's an artist too, so he does it all.
That's pretty ill.
Yep.
Is that it? Nope.
We got two left.
Two left. Oh, I was just making sure.
You taking one of them, or am I?
You take it, I'll take the next.
All right. Do you know who's left?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, I'll go with Reem. I'll leave you Black L. Reem's the youngest of the group. He just turned 19. You had him on here.
Young and wild. Shout out to Reem.
Young and wild, man. He is one of the most positive. Like, I've never been around him when he hasn't been like excited to see me and like, yo, let's get cracking. Let's work. Let's do something. He's so energetic. He got so much positive energy, and he dropped that project Hype. Actually, Dino put me. I'm shouting out Dino all the time, but Dino does a lot for his friends, and he's one of those dudes that's, you know, if he's on your team, you're in a good place. Dino told me to check out this project, and I trusted Dino. I was like, all right, I'll look at this kid Reem's project. Never heard of him. Doesn't even have, or you know, I had never, you know, heard anything from him. But I'm like, I'll check out this project, and it was dope. I listened all the way through. I was like, this is a really complete project. It surprised me, and yeah, he's got a really interesting ability to put records together. He's a great artist.
And he's so young. He's
so young. He's got so much potential. He's going to be in Toronto this weekend doing some stuff up there, making some moves. And again, he's got a great supportive crew. TGC,
Gentlemen's Club.
Rams and crew. They're all great dudes.
Yep. And so last but not least, Black L. So I'm sure you've heard his name, but he does a lot of stuff with producer Durkin. Black L and Durkin is what they go by. Yep. They just came out with a crazy video called Doja, made by this man, Ian. Ridiculous video. They had a release party at the Green Street Jungle, but Black L is just one of the most humble guys. He's just a real dude in every sense of the word. So he got it from day one, and ever since, it's just been building with him. So he comes out to everything. He supports, and he was the last guy on the first cypher, right? And he spit it a cappella and just shut it down. So go cop the Collage if you don't have it. It's an EP. It's crazy, ridiculous. So,
and he's had the most change in mindset too. I feel like the first time we met with him, that meeting was like really interesting for us because he was talking about how much he's experienced. He's one of the older guys. He's 27. One of the oldest of the group. He's like, man, like so many people have tried so many things, and like I've experienced so much stuff, man. I just don't. I'm gonna trust you guys. I'm gonna see what you guys got in store, but I just don't know. And you know, a month later, he's texting me saying, "I'm so glad I trusted you."
After that first cipher that we had, the unofficial one where it was just people in the building, he was like, "I feel like I'm back in high school cafeteria." Like that was his. That was his beautiful. His analysis, like I'm back in the high school cafeteria.
You got to make it fun, man. You really have to have that passion for it, and that's dope that you guys really evoking that kind of emotion.
100%.
That's ill. So we're going to get into another track, another 12 for 12 artist, Dutch Rebel. Let's stop it.
Yeah.
12 for 12. Shout out to Roman, Reggie, the whole crew. Keep it locked to 88.9 at night on WERS.